Hey guys, this is the third video of the Hellcat technology, and I think it's the best video so far. It's going to be on the SRT performance pages and the launch mode. So diving right into it, as soon as I push the SRT button down the center stack here right by the volume and the launch mode button, it'll take you to this screen right here. So just playing around with the buttons, you have it automatically defaults to your power at 700 plus horsepower as long as you're using the red key. Your transmission is street, your paddle shifters are on, traction control and suspension are on street mode. I customized one, and this is the way I drive around. So I have it on 700 plus horsepower, traction control is on, suspension is on, transmission and paddle shifters are on as well. They have a preset sport to where it's like kind of a middle. It turns your traction control off, and it's like a halfway traction control. Suspension is a little bit more stiff, but still it's in the middle basically from the regular street to track. And then track is just full on everything, all the traction control off. It's set to track mode. You can peel out as much as you want in this one, and everything's on, everything's full power. Now, what you can do for custom, I like that, I just push this right there and it'll let me go up and down to where, you know, for power, I can set it for 500 horsepower. Paddle shifters, I can turn them off. If I go up to 700 horsepower, I can turn the transmission up and down. Traction control, I can set to track, whatever I want. Suspension, but where was I? That's what I wanted, and that's how I set it. So then go back. Track, you can actually preset the track mode to a few. Well, let's look at that. Level available. Oh, I guess you can't really change it. You have to go to the custom. So let's go back. So now you have that. You have your race options. Let's take a look at that. So this is your launch control. Launch control. Now I've had a few problems with this, and I've read up on it. I think it's because of the power, because I can set the launch control and turn it on, set the RPMs. So theoretically what this is supposed to do is it's supposed to preload your brakes and launch you at a certain RPM. And when you look at the center stack, it's supposed to tell you, or not the center stack, it's the menu behind the steering wheel. It tells you press the brakes, release the brakes, and full throttle. So I'll show you that screen in a clip. But it doesn't work. I full throttle and I steel peel out. It doesn't load the brakes. But just to give you an idea, you could set the launch control at all the way up to 3,500 RPMs. So you have your shift light. You could set the shift light on, off. And what the shift light does is, here I'll show you, at 6,000 RPMs, a light will come on and tell you to shift. But this is an automatic transmission, so it's not that big a deal. It will shift on its own. This would be more for like a stick shift. But you can set it all the way up to the 8th gear. It's pretty sweet. Get back over here, launch control, shift light, back some more, track setup. Already did that one. Now, two other things on here. Valet mode. So valet mode limits the performance. So if you were ever silly enough to give this car to a valet, you could put it in valet mode, and let's just see what that does. So valet mode, you enter your 4-digit passcode. Let me do that. I'm going to have to change my passcode now in case somebody steals my car. But this is what it does. Valet mode activated. Reduces engine power, launch control is disabled, street transmission, paddle shifters are off. Street stability, suspension, set it street, traction control forced on. Okay, so now it's there. So say you want to get out of it and go to the menu, it doesn't let you. So I push the button down here to go to SRT mode. It asks for the PIN code, so this means the valet can't go. Well, I mean, 500 horsepower, you can still kind of go crazy and pill out and stuff, but I mean, this is just a silly feature, I think. So valet mode is deactivated now. So let's go back to the SRT mode, our SRT screen. You do have Eco. I have no idea why you would buy this car and use that. Maybe if you just realized you are running out of gas because you're going crazy with the car or something like that, and you want to squeeze the last few gallons out of your car until you get to a gas station, maybe that'll make sense. But eco. You know, it takes it down to 500 horsepower, transmission shifts way sooner, and paddle shifters are off, street in the transmission. That doesn't necessarily worry about that. You also have over here info on the red key. I'm going to bring the black key in here just to show you the difference, but I have to get in the car and actually not have the red key on me because I have both of them. It defaults to the red key. So I'm going to have to show you a separate video, or maybe just a snapshot of just the black key. Or maybe I'll just do a red key versus black key video, and that'll take some time. So maybe that'll be the next one I do. So there's this screen and these pages. So let's go to SRT pages. This is in the apps for performance pages. I briefly showed you this on, I believe, the first video. So, okay, so here's your home screen for performance pages. You could click these buttons and go through whichever your home page looks like. So let's just leave it at that one. Now you have your timers. So timers. Current, we're sitting here doing nothing. It is in park. There's nothing. Last time. Well, it's not going to tell me. Best time, this should tell you. There you go. 0 to 60, 4.1. 0 to 100, 8.8. 1/8 and 1/8 miles per hour. So 93. That's my best. Quarter mile, 12.1. Quarter mile speed, 117. So then let's go back to gauge 1. So this tells you your oil temperature, oil pressure, coolant temperature, battery voltage, transmission temperature. Gauge 2, boost pressure, air fuel ratio, coolant temperature, and intake air temperature. 185, that's hot. G-force. I think I showed you this on the last video, but it just shows you the G-force if you're going around a track or corners and stuff like that. It's kind of cool. Engine, this is actually pretty sweet. You could leave it on this as you're driving down the road, as you're driving down the track. So just to give you an idea, your boost PSI is right there. Gear, how much torque is actively getting pushed to the engine, how much horsepower is being put out by the engine, and it tells you your speed up here. So this is pretty sweet. And get out of there. That takes you back to your apps. So that right there, guys, let's get out of this thing. Nobody wants eco mode. That right there is your performance pages, your SRT performance pages. This is the Hellcat Technology Video 3. If you guys do have any questions, let me know. If I missed something or if you want to see something specific, let me know. Otherwise, like the video if you like it, and subscribe if you want to see more videos on this Hellcat. Till next time, guys. See you later.